I
Yeah.
want you to dive into, because there's somebody who's watching this who's like, I have a story I want to tell. It's a film in my spirit. I want you to talk about why the research is so important and how you go about doing the research for these movies.
Yeah, absolutely. So research wise, I always try to look for someone that was closest to the actual story, if they're still living, to really sit them down and to understand everything about it, because there's no perspective like the human perspective, especially when they've actually lived through it or know something about it, right? From there, once you find someone that can actually tell you about the story of whatever you're trying to do, then it's on you to do your due diligence. Go to the library. I know it's not a cool thing to say. Go to the library. Get a book. Touch a book. Just
Yeah.
don't chat GBT this shit. Actually, because I don't think people read the little fine print of chat GBT where it says it can make mistakes. I think
Yeah.
that just gets glossed over completely.
Yeah.
But yeah, actually touch a book. Like
Yeah.
read. Like just don't listen to no podcasts,
Yeah.
right? I know the mics are probably going to be gone in 2026 after you said that, but like don't just read. Just don't listen to no podcasts.
Yeah.
Like read.
Read books.
Read books and see how it makes you feel.
Yeah.
And the type of perspective you have from reading a book. Because really before we even made Lanier, I read what was that book called? It was from an author who I got in touch with. Name is escaping me now. It'll come back to me. But I read his book and I reached out to him and I was like, yo, tell me about your story. Because essentially, he had, I think it was his dad who lived in the times of Oscarville, but he was like the only white individual. But he saw the racial tension. So he kind of wrote a book about his dad's experience of living through that time. And his dad was really recounting what they were doing to black people in Oscarville before even like the whole tension happened. So just reading that kind of gave me the perspective of like a white individual who really rode for us, like was already showcasing what was going to happen in time. Because it really recounts everything that led up to this moment where they framed the teenagers, hung them, and we're like, we're destroying everything here. Kind of just like in Tulsa, the Black Wall Street.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna act like it just never happened. Rosewood, Seneca Village. Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And it's happening even now, but obviously in more secret ways of
More
doing
sophisticated,
it.
like
More
Altadena,
sophisticated.
California.
Yep, exactly. Exactly. Same thing.
Yeah,
Yep.
Altadena, California. I mean, they're becoming way more sophisticated in those ways. As you continue this journey of uncovering stories, why is it so important to get the word out about your film Alabama Brawl? Because you have not been granted access on any streaming platform.
Yeah.
You have been denied.
Yeah.
And partly you believe to be because this was an uprising led by Black people.
Yeah, because it makes Black people look good. I'll just call it what it is. It makes Black people look good. We whooped ass. I mean, we whooped ass until like a lot of white people, they don't want to see that. Now, if I told you white people were beating up Black people, how many people would have been knocking? Like, that's very profound. Give this man an Oscar, right? I'm just going to keep it real. We see what's happening with sinners. That is ultimately what's happening. That's why I be telling people like, yo, like, in my opinion, like, forget Tubi. Support us independently. Support me independently as a Black filmmaker, right? That's why we made an independent site, AlabamaBrawlMovie.com, by the way. Y'all go check it out.
It's $1 to
it's
watch.
$1.
$1 to watch the movie.
Because I realized the times that we're living in, everyone's like, stream this, stream that, stream that. I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna do the next best thing because I don't wanna gatekeep anybody from it. So I want to make it as affordable as possible, and it's $1. It's very affordable. And I just feel like, because I've been hearing as well from our distributor, I won't say her name, but she's been saying, I feel like Tubi's trying to kick off Black filmmakers. I'm like, why would you say that? Because but this is the filmmaker in me, right? I'm like, we like literally built up Tubi to be $1 billion enterprise with basically our culture. I know there's a lot of shit on Tubi. I know there's a lot of shit that ain't good, okay? To any aspiring filmmakers out there, do not
It's a lot you got to weed through.
There's a lot you got to weed through.
Yeah,
Okay. And I'm not going to bash on them too hard because they're actually trying. So I gotta
Yeah.
say, you got to start somewhere because
Yeah.
if I brought up my first short film, you would have been like, get out. But anyway, we built up Tubi to make it this billion-dollar enterprise with our culture. And then for her to say like, oh, I feel like they're trying to kick off black filmmakers. I'm like, what do you mean? But then I look at history. This is why history is important. And I'm like, oh, history shows this actually makes sense.
Yeah.
We will profit from your culture. We will study your culture. We will mimic your culture. And then we will erase you.
Come on.
And
Facts.
that is why
Yeah.
Amazon Tubi have a problem with Alabama Brawl because there's not content on these platforms that really empower black folks in this way of a uprise or a confrontation, right? That showcases us in a light of coming together through unity. That is the only solution I can come to. Even if they're not giving me a reason, I'm like, there's no other way. Because it's because the documentary, right? You can showcase things in a different way than a film because it has like a truth to it because it
Yeah.
actually happened. A film,
Yeah.
we can fictionalize.
It's
like,
giving firsthand accounts. It's giving eyewitness reports. It's giving the clear documentation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So that's why they don't want no part of Alabama Brawl. And I was like, well, we're going to figure it out. We always have figured it out. And going independent is the best way. We also retain more. A lot of these platforms as well, they're taking a lot out of the pot, like a lot.
I mean, you said Amazon 50%.
Yeah, 50%. And they don't do any marketing. They don't do anything. They're just providing a place where people can stream it. And then they're like, well, it's up to you to make money and us money, by the way.
Yeah.
But it don't matter if you do or if you don't. We just made $1 billion today. So,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, telling the stories, being a keeper of the culture, it can be a very daunting task
Yeah.
at times.
Yeah, absolutely. It can be. Because I feel like in some ways when I think about what to do next, it's like I'm carrying a torch, but I really don't want to. Obviously, who wants to? But I don't want to. I don't want to mess this up. I don't want to mess up the people, that came before me. Their stories, like it's very sacred to me, right? So yeah, it is. It is very. It's exhausting sometimes, but then I often pray, and I'm like, this is what I was called to do. And like I said, after Lanier, like I said, that 100K that felt like 100 billion. I'm like, I can do anything now. That's honestly how I feel.
Yeah.
I can do anything now.
Yeah.
Just because of that. Even if that was 10K at the time, I would have been like, it's over with. My life is done. The walls are closing in on me. But honestly, everyone has that small breakthrough that feels so humongous at the time.
Yeah.
But then once you break through it, you like, maybe I can fly. You start to just say like, man, I can do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are there any stories that are inspiring you right now that you've seen recently?
It's a good question. I was just talking to Malik, my partner, about the story of Robert Smalls, who infiltrated like a Confederacy army as a slave owner, and how his story, or not as a slave owner, as a slave, and kind of how he like broke through and did such incredible things to like infiltrate the enemy. And I was like, there's no movie out over him. Kind of like his story kind of has like a Nat Turner feel to it. And I was like, wow, that's like really inspiring. Again, like, I don't know. I'm just so inspired by like knowing how much our people had to overcome and break through to move the needle. I'm like, I don't know. That just really took me aback when I heard that story. What other stories have like really spoke to me? Nah, that's the one that really comes to mind that
Right
I
now.
would
Yeah.
love to do something over. I have some other stuff too that's like more original, like that I would love to bring to life, that kind of has like I would say like kind of like a Sinners, Get Out type of feel to it. Um, yeah, and like what's funny is that I don't know if you saw that new Drewski skit where he was
With the church.
with the church thing. which is hilarious, by the way.
Hilarious.
There's a
Hilarious.
lot of people mad about that.
I don't know why.
I-
It's too much truth wrapped in it.
Yeah.
Listen, 90% of the joke, listen, it's 10% is the truth.
Is the
okay?
truth.
Or 90% is the truth. Something, you figure that out.
Yeah. So I have a movie that I want to do kind of about the church that's more like horror-esque, but it kind of has those elements of Drewski's skit in it, where it's like, it's funny because it's true, but also when you get someone that's a pastor that is very ingrained in the word, but they're using it for their own benefit, it shows you the power of religion.
Yeah.
And I really want to explore that as well, because I feel like that's something that we need to continue to talk about in the Black community.
Ooh, I'm putting my
what.
hat in the ring to be a part of that documentary.
All right.
I'm putting my hat in the ring. I think I'll be able to offer a little more theological insight after I get out of Princeton Seminary.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm headed to Princeton Seminary, so that sparks my interest.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
amazing.
I'm like so excited about it.
Yeah.
Like it's a new era. of
That's
my life.
incredible.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go
Wow.
up there and get in white folks' hell. I'm gonna go up there and be a disruptor. Listen, put it on camera right now. Did she put that on tape? She sure did. Listen, go up there to disrupt some stuff. If that blessed you, trust me, you've only scratched the surface. There's so much more wisdom, truth, and transformation waiting in the full conversation. Click the link in the caption below to watch the entire interview, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so you never miss an episode of Vault Empowers Talks.